And live from our respective states.
Yes.
Yes. It is Into the Ivy, Minnesota Sports Now collab.
Welcome to the State of the Central.
State of the Central.
Of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, opposite Centrals, National League and American League, but
Right.
now that they both have DHs,
Kind of the same.
They're basically the same. I would, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they redraw the divisions and the Cubs and Twins are in the same division one time. But
I don't want that.
I don't either, because I don't want to hate your team.
Know what will happen because
Yeah.
we are going to get the White Sox in the same division too.
Yeah,
And I already hear enough of it, and I don't want that.
Yeah,
I'm not strong enough for that. I already have to deal. I've gone over this before. I already have to deal with the little brother Brewers fans who hold on to our legs like, no, pay attention to me. I already deal with that. I cannot do that with the White Sox too, because this is what that division would look like. It would be the Cubs, it would be the Twins, it would be the White Sox, it would be the Brewers, and it would be the Cardinals.
God,
and I would just want to throw up. I would want to throw up.
That's chaos.
Religiously.
No one wants that.
No one wants that. I will quit. I will quit.
You won't quit, but you just won't like it as much.
I'll just be pissed off the whole time.
Fair enough.
Oh God, that's a nightmare. Let's never talk about that again.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize for bringing it up in the first place.
Oh God, that's the first time I've actually thought about what teams would be in that division, and I hate it.
God, imagine. I'm not going to. Anyways.
Oh, I'm not going to either. But let's talk about the divisions that we've got right now. So we've got the records of all the teams. We'll start with the AL Central. Just right down the line, we've got the Guardians at 5-2 in first. Yeah. We've got the Twins half a game behind at 4-2.
Yeah.
We've got the White Sox at 500, although as Brandon started this stream, I just watched Michael Conforto send one into the bleachers at what's their stadium called now? Guaranteed Rate Field. 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Giants lead the White Sox. The Detroit Tigers at 2-4. And then the Kansas City Royals at 1-5 in last place.
They won a game? Wow.
They won a game.
Good for them.
They're trying. They're trying.
They're trying.
Draft position.
Something. Yeah. Well, you don't tank anymore because it's a draft lottery. So,
yep.
I'm currently watching the White Sox. They just hit a double, but didn't score a run yet. 2 outs. All right, whatever.
As much as I crap on the White Sox, they do have a pretty solid lineup. I'll give them that. I like their lineup. It's just they are the team that can never stay healthy.
Right.
They can never stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, that was us last year too, where we had a good lineup, and I mean, even we start the year without Polanco and Kirilloff, so that's fun. But
so your division is going to be like it always is, a 3-team race.
Yeah,
between Cleveland, Minnesota, and Chicago.
Yeah, one of these years, Detroit and Kansas City will catch up, but Kansas City's already eliminated from the playoff contention, and Detroit's right on the doorstep there too. So,
breaking news: the Kansas City Royals, as of April 6th, have already been eliminated from the 2023 MLB postseason. Yeah, I feel confident confirming that, and if I don't, and if they make the playoffs, I hope that this gets screen recorded and I end up on freezing cold takes.
God, that'd be great.
That actually would be pretty great. I would not be mad about that.
So yeah, Guardians on top, not really surprising. They're annoying. They just annoy me because they don't.
They're your Milwaukee Brewers. They're annoying.
They have pitching and they know it, and
Milwaukee
their
Brewers
fans, they're like, yeah, we're gonna make the play. We're gonna win this division, and it's like, well, I don't know. And who have they played? They haven't really played really tough competition, have they?
I think they opened in Seattle, and then they just played.
They played the Athletics. Okay, let's calm down.
They just had a series with the Oakland Athletics.
I mean, we played the Marlins and the Royals, and got beat by the Marlins. But we got beat by Alcantara and how do you want to say his name? You just picked him up on fantasy. Luzardo.
Jesus Luzardo. Just picked him up. Dude's coming in clutch for me already. But I will say something nice about the Oakland A's. They have more wins than the Royals.
That's true.
2-4. And they won a game against the Guardians, so how about that?
Yeah, and yeah,
they won 4-3 on Tuesday against the Guardians.
no, good for them. Yeah. Let's go to the NL. Let's see what do you got?
Heading down to the NL Central, we've got at the top the Brewers at 5-1. We've got the Pittsburgh Pirates in second place alone at 4-2.
Is that a typo?
No, that's not a typo. That is can confirm the Pittsburgh Pirates own second place.
Well, they must have played terrible teams.
They just swept the Red Sox at Fenway, so that helps.
Yeah, dang, that's impressive. No matter how bad the Red Sox are, if you sweep them,
it's always nice to sweep in Boston when you can. Unfortunately, the Cincinnati Reds at 3-2 in third. My Cubs at 3-3 at 500 and fourth, and then a sight any Cubs fan loves to see: the St. Louis Cardinals in last place at 2-4. Just got swept by the Atlanta Braves in St. Louis. We'll take that every day of the week.
On my stat sheet, it must not be updated. It says the Cubs are 2-3. Are you just counting today as a win? Or did they win?
Maybe
and it's just not updated.
I'm counting today as a moral win, maybe.
Moral win, yeah.
Let me make sure I didn't type that wrong.
You might have, because I
might have.
It's okay.
I full disclosure, I woke up at 1 a.m. today, and I've been awake since. So
that sounds awful.
Yeah, we're okay. 2-3. 2-3. Not great.
You know what? You'll win. You'll win today. That's just
still
you're just predicting the future.
Half a game against the Cardinals, so we are not in a tie for last.
Correct.
The Cardinals still own solely last place.
Yeah. Would love to see it.
No, we have a travel day today. We're going back to Wrigley.
Oh.
We should have had a game yesterday, so maybe I just in my head counted that as a win.
Did you get rained out?
Yeah, we got rained out in Cincinnati.
Boo.
So technicalities, we split the series with the Reds. I just.
Mm-hmm. You just think you'll win.
Yeah.
What a chaotic game that. Part of our group chat.
Dude, I kid you not. We've got in our group chat. It's actually really funny. We've got Brandon, who's a Twins fan. I'm a Cubs fan. We've got our buddy Cole, who's a Cincinnati Reds fan. We've got our buddy Matt, who you've seen on another one of our shows, a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. We've got our buddy Alex, who's a Brewers fan. So that's all we need in our friend group is a Cardinals fan if we've got the NL Central.
Yeah, I mean, you could add your wife there, but, you know. I don't think she wants to be a part of that chat.
She probably doesn't want to be part of that chat.
No. No. We'll take the weird.
We'll take 4 out of 5.
Twins fan.
It's a good substitution. We don't want the Cardinals. That's all they would do is be mean to me anyways.
But all Central teams, that is interesting. We gotta get
that is pretty good.
That should get them all in here one time.
Yeah. That might actually be a good podcast right there.
That would be a good podcast. Anyways. All right. What's next on your list of things to talk about?
So I got curious comparatively on our offense this year. So I did a look at the first week of 22 and 23 for the Cubs.
Okay.
A year ago, just because we had the rain out yesterday, we had one less game. So keep that in mind. Last year at this time, we had outscored our opponents 27-18, so 4.5 runs per game. This year, we've outscored our opponents 28-24 in one less game. So the offense has technically been better, but the pitching has been a little worse.
Yeah.
5.6 runs per game. So you go up a run at 0.1 per game with one less game. That's kind of awesome.
It is awesome.
But
damn.
I just, the hitting has been there. I'm happy with the offense. The starting pitching outside of our top two has not been spectacular. It's really tough to go from Marcus Stroman and Justin Steele, who combined went 12 innings, 0 runs, to what Jamison Taillon, Drew frickin' Smiley. Oh, Lance Lynn, breaking news. Lance Lynn just gave up a solo home run. It's
washed.
Yep.
Washed.
Washed in the final year of his White Sox deal. I think he's like 30-something years old anyways.
Yeah.
So someone will sign him to a 1-2 year deal next year.
Yeah.
Or he might get traded at the deadline.
It's probably going to be the Cubs.
Don't say that. Nah, dude. Getting out of how our offense is, I know everyone in baseball, all 30 teams should be trying to get Shohei Ohtani this year. That should absolutely be a thing. But I really, 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 really want, as a consolation prize, I really want Aaron Nola. I know my buddy Dave's a big Philly guy. He's like, oh, they're gonna get him back. They're gonna get him back. I don't know. They didn't get the extension done. They did not get the extension done before the season, and very rarely do extensions get done during the season. Yeah, I think you're going to see Aaron Nola have a great 2023. I think he's going to go to free agency, and what's going to happen is we've got to just go get Nola. Yeah. Knowing how the Cubs front office works, we're not going to give Shohei Ohtani $500 million. That was a B, not an M. $500 million.
Yeah.
I think we should just go get Aaron Nola early because every team that doesn't get him that needs starting pitching is going to flock to Aaron Nola as soon as Ohtani signs with the Dodgers.
100%. Yeah. I think he'll sign Dodgers, Mets.
It's going to be like a nuclear arms race between the Mets and the Dodgers.
Yeah. I feel like the Dodgers have an advantage because they're
haven't spent anything
West Coast.
Years too.
Because didn't he want to go to West Coast because it's closer to
Japan?
Yeah.
Yep. Which, like New York,
yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah.
But Steve Cohen has showed that he's willing to pick. Like, what do you pick if you're Shohei Ohtani? Steve Cohen, he's gonna come into the meeting, just slide a check across the table that's blank, and say, "Write down a number that you think is fair."
Pick any number.
Well, the Dodgers, they can pay you, but you've also got that proximity to Japan. So, what do you want more?
Yeah,
because he's gonna sign. It's gonna be a 10. Anywhere between 10 and 15 years, probably.
It is. Yeah. God, Ohtani.
Like, this is his last contract.
Yeah, it's going to be his last. But good for him. How old is he? 29, 28?
Let me look it up real quick.
But, yeah, I mean, imagine the Cubs actually getting Ohtani, though.
But I would cry.
I would cry for you.
He is 28. He's going to turn 9 in July. Or
he's going to turn 9?
He's going to turn 9. Breaking news. He's going to turn 29 in July.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, it might not be a 10, 15-year deal then. It might be 10. Maybe. It's going to be closer to 10, maybe 10, 11.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But, I mean, the AAV is going to be up the wazoo.
Yeah. You got to probably backload the crap out of that contract.
I mean, let's think. If you give him 11 years.
$500 million. That's
let's say $500 million. So if they sign him to 11, he's gonna make about 45 a year, and if they give him the 10, he's gonna make 50 million a year.
Yeah, I could have done the 50 million a year math.
Yeah, that was easy. I just
the zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go to the Twins.
Yeah.
The state of the Twins. So we swept the Royals, which was easy, and then we lost the series to Miami.
Uh-huh.
I watched basically every second of every game, and I'm going to touch on the pitch clock a little bit in this because I don't have a very high attention span when it comes to a lot of things, but I still love baseball, or I loved watching baseball in previous years, but the pitch clock is so amazing for baseball. Like, say what you will, but let's just take the rules out of it.
Yeah.
Like, the rules are what they are, right? But the fast-paced nature of baseball, it's just boom, 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 nonstop action. And it makes it incredible to watch. Like, I think the Twins game yesterday was, I think it was an hour and 57 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like, under 2 hours, these games are getting played. And it's just nonstop. And I think it's going to save, single-handedly, this could save baseball, I think.
So I originally was against the idea. I have come to love it.
Yeah.
Games are going faster. I will say it's very nice to be able to sit down and watch a game. And, I mean, an at-bat is what, over in, like... At-bats are going quicker because you're not having guys step out of the box after literally every single pitch.
Yeah.
Let me readjust my batting gloves. Let me...
my chain is kind of...
a couple times. Yeah, adjust the jersey. Like, now you got to be go, go, go.
Yeah, and it's the fact that it... Like, I sometimes I'll still look down at my phone and then look up and then, someone's on base. How the heck did they get on base?
Yeah.
It was just...
You're used to having that time to look down at your phone during a baseball game.
I have to make the adjustment of I need to keep my eye on the screen because something might happen.
Right.
So there's that. aspect to it too.
Right. I don't know,
But-
I'm enjoying it.
Overall, the Twins have impressed in some games, have not so much impressed the others, but I kind of take the last 2 games as losses because of just the starting pitching on the other teams are elite. You had the reigning Cy Young champion for the NL, Sandy Alcantara, however you say it, and then kind of an up-and-comer in Luzardo.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, at least
both-
you don't have Drew Smiley on your team.
yeah, that's
Dude,
pretty-
I talked a little bit about the Cubs with the Brewers.
Yeah.
We beat Corbin Burns opening day. That was great.
yeah.
Justin Steele outpitched Brandon Woodruff, so we outpitched their top 2 guys with our top 2 guys. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Questionable decision by David Ross to let Javier Assad go back out to start the 8th. That inevitably is where the 3 runs came from. Lost us the game 2 against the Brewers.
Mhm.
And then obviously we just got killed in the 3rd game. So we should have taken 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. Then you go to Cincinnati, and like I got so pumped in that first inning. We got 3-0 on a Cody Bellinger home run, his first home run as a Cub. And then Drew Smiley just immediately comes in and says, "Nah," and he gives up 3. I'm like, whatever. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's
So you just knew it was going to be a hit fest because both teams were. I'm pretty sure we got to the 2nd inning and each team had like 5 hits apiece. It was something stupid crazy. So the Reds eventually go up 4-3. We have a big 5th inning behind Madrigal hitting Dansby had the leadoff double. Madrigal hit him in. Eric Hosmer had a freaking 2 RBI double that inning. So we go up 6-4. I'm like, okay, this is great. This is great. And I kid you not, I watched Drew Smiley come back out onto the field. I said, we're going to lose. I said, it's going to collapse. And what fucking happened? Cubs go down 7-6 because freaking Bossler hits a 3-run home run. So, and I think the argument for sending Smiley back out there for the 5th inning was so that he would be in line to get the win.
Yeah.
I go, if anyone that is watching this game right now is going to tell you that that's not going to happen, he's going to blow it. And what did he do? What did he do? Blew it. He blew it. I know it's his first start. I'm trying to be optimistic. Say something nice about Drew Smiley. It was only his first start. And he was pretty solid in the second half last year, so I'm trying not to overreact. But it's like you're sitting here watching it. We cannot beat this motherfucking team, man. It's like every time we play the Cincinnati Reds, even going back to 2017, kryptonite. We can't beat them. We cannot beat the Reds. And the Reds are a triple. I'm sorry if you're a Reds fan. You're a triple-A team right now. You're a 50-win triple-A team, and the only reason you get above 60 is because you beat the Cubs religiously. Religiously. What did Cole say the other day? Every time the Reds play a divisional game, they're the frickin' New York Yankees or Los Angeles Dodgers. And every time they play out of the division, they're the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
Dude, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. These are the games that you should be winning.
Yeah.
That 3-1 loss to Milwaukee, the 7-6 loss to the Brewers.
Yeah.
If we are serious about being in the wild card discussion at the end of the year, you have to win these games.
Have to.
Especially when, obviously, the team that's going to win the division, the Cardinals, is off to a slow start.
That's
like if we could have had that 5-1 start that the Brewers just had, which we realistically should have.
Yeah.
We'd be up 3 games. Like those 3 games could matter a lot in August.
Yeah, I mean it's a long season.
It is.
I mean Cardinals, they're gonna.
I mean their starting pitching sucks, but that lineup is. Where's a weak spot?
Yeah.
Where's a weak spot in their lineup? It's tough.
Yeah, they're. I mean, April always bats always start slower than pitching.
Oh yeah, just because a lot of the play, like unless you play in Florida or like Southern California, it's cold. It's still in the 40s, 50s.
Yep.
It's not really till like late May when guys start heating up because it starts getting a little bit warmer out.
Yeah, so we'll see. Because once those bats heat up, I think then the Cardinals will start to. Take over some games.
They'll turn it into the juggernaut we all expect them to. And this is like always the discourse. Even if they get off to a slow start, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're always that. Whatever. I feel like the comparative of the Reds to division is the Tigers for the Twins. As I feel like we always, like, no matter how bad the Tigers are, the Twins always find a way to split series with the Tigers.
Yep.
It's so annoying. It's like the Tigers are a 50-win team unless they play the Twins and they're the New York Yankees.
Dude, I get it. It's we swept the regular season series. I think we played the Phillies last year, NL champs. We played them 8 times. We went 8-0 against them. We probably had a losing record to the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, probably.
We probably did.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's so frustrating.
It is
But
what it is.
let's talk about team MVPs. Who's your, right now, a week later, after opening day, who's your team MVP?
My team MVP is my guy, Trevor Larnach.
Okay.
I've been raving about this guy for a while, just, I guess, in my head.
Yeah.
He is so underrated. So if you don't know about him, get to know him because he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Matt's brother Alex texted me about him because he wanted to pick him up in fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
And he's like, how good is Trevor Larnach? And I said, well, he's really good because if completely healthy, he will always hit a baseball. And last year he dealt with injuries and he played through injuries and struggled. So I don't even know what his batting average was when he was hurt, but when he got completely healthy and when he was hurt, he's a completely different player. And now he's 100% healthy. So his first few games of the season, he's got 23 at bats. He's batting .391. He's got a home run and 6 RBI.
Yeah.
With an OPS of 1.09. So
That's not bad.
yeah, and he's a outfield corner outfielder, so he'll play left and right field. He can play both. He's been playing both. Max Kepler got hurt, so he played right yesterday. And yeah, Trevor Larnach he's not even like, he's also kind of fast as well. And for I don't know how tall he's 6'4", 223. So he's kind of a big guy and he can kind of run. Yeah, I have always liked his hitting ability, and the only thing that's ever held him back is being hurt and playing through injury, and just seeing that he is not the same player when he's hurt was eye-opening. And I've always liked his vision, and yeah, I can't say anything better because he had a good spring and he wasn't set to make the opening day roster, and I always thought that was a mistake. But Kirilloff being hurt and Polanco being hurt basically opened up a roster spot. Now he's batting cleanup and he's cleaning up. So Trevor Larnach, my team MVP, because he got hits against Alcantara and he got the RBI against the Luzardo yesterday. So that's nice. So Trevor Larnach, pick him up in fantasy. He'll probably be available for you.
Okay.
You won't regret it. Anyways, how about yours?
This one's gonna be obvious. If you're a Cubs fan and you're talking about MVPs a weekend right now, it's Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's only been a few games, but he's batting .500, tied for second in baseball right now. Mm-hmm. He's got a 1.183 OPS. That's top 25. And he's only struck out twice in 20 at-bats. That's really good.
Yeah.
And all of that after hitting under 100 in spring training. Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Spring training, I always you can take it with a grain of salt, both ends, or it's like, oh, he was hot in spring training, then he just comes out.
And he drops off. I would rather have this. I'd rather have him getting hot when games matter.
Yeah.
But
100%.
It's like every time you go up to the plate, it's like the opposite of Jason Hayward for the last few years. Every time Jason Hayward went up to the plate, double play J-Hay, out, automatic out, automatic out, automatic out. This guy, it's like if he gets out, you're surprised. You expect him to find a way to get the ball to the outfield and get on base.
Yeah.
I think I have that GIF saved of from Moneyball. It's like, why do you like Dansby Swanson? Because he gets on base. I love it. And it's like I'm looking at where he bats in the order, second between Nico Horner, who's batting .292 with a 667 OPS, and then Ian Happ immediately after him
who has the 8th best OPS at 1.359 in 8th best in baseball. Like, this is probably the best I felt about our 1-2-3 hitters since 2016 when we had Dexter Fowler, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo. Yeah. I'm not saying that these guys are those guys because obviously that was a lot more power.
Yeah, they won a World Series. I don't know if you can compare it just yet, but
right. Yeah. But I think what that top 3 was very power heavy. What you've got here is very OBP heavy. Like these guys all get on base.
Gets on base.
They get on base. That's all you can ask for. That's all you need. You just oh crap. The White Sox down 2-4. Don't know what just happened, but I looked down.
I know.
When I started talking about Dansby Swanson, it was 4-0. Now it's 4-2.
Yeah, they got a couple of runners on too with Vaughn up.
Right. But I mean, you got to be happy with the top 3. It's kind of it's an experiment after that. Cody Bellinger batting 4. That's all right. I feel better about some of these guys. Like, where is it? I feel better about guys like Cody Bellinger, Eric Hosmer, Patrick Wisdom.
Yeah.
They had slow starts with that Brewers series, but I mean, as much as we love to lose to the Reds, every time we go to Cincinnati, it's like a get-right trip. Because Bellinger started 0-for. He's 4-for-9. Hosmer started 0-for. He's 5-for-10. Wisdom 4-for-9. Between those 3 guys, you're looking at you're looking at 8 RBIs between all of them. And Patrick Wisdom obviously had the monster game the other night.
Yeah.
So those are the guys that you want to get hot because those are your power guys. Maybe not so much Hosmer as much as Bellinger as Wisdom, but those are your power guys.
Yeah, it's a solid lineup.
Cincinnati's a magical place for hitting. It's like Coors Field. It's like the Wish version of Coors Field.
The Wish version of Coors Field.
It's like the Wish version of going to Colorado. You go to Cincinnati if you want to get your stats up.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't sign there. You just go there for an away trip.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to sign with Cincinnati.
I'm sorry, Reds fans. I have to make myself feel better.
No.
Because you should not have beaten us the other night. Sorry.
Fair enough.
But Smiley was your MVP.
Yeah. The Twins 1-2-3. They kind of mix up their lineups every day, and Kepler just getting hurt doesn't really help their consistency situation. But
yeah, I mean, I get that. No Seiya Suzuki for us. Like that's a big bat missing for us.
What's up with him?
Oblique.
Oof.
Oblique injury. Well, last I heard, he's taking at bats in Arizona, so it's like I'm hoping that he's gonna do like a AAA stint here. Maybe not next week, but the week after.
Yeah.
So like the week of the 20-something, I'm hoping that he's taking at bats in AAA, and then the last week of April, I hope he's joining the team.
Fingers crossed.
I really hope so because a lot of how this season's gonna go. It sucks to say, but it's gonna depend on how well he improves from his rookie season to his sophomore season.
Yeah, no
doubt.
He's
got 25 plus home run potential. He can hit 30.
Yeah. He's a left fielder or right fielder?
Right fielder.
Right fielder. That's what I thought.
Right.
Dang. He replaced Jason Hayward. Dang.
Huge improvement. Although I don't know, because every time I go on Twitter, it's like there's a video of a Jason Hayward home run. I go, my brother, where was that for 7 years? You fleeced us. Where was that?
He's like, oh, I guess I should start playing baseball.
We cut the wrong guy, bro. Yeah. We should have cut him. I don't care how much money he's making. Yeah. Why did we let Kyle Schwarber go and we kept Jason Hayward? Eat the money.
Yeah.
Can you believe that we let Kyle Schwarber walk because Jed Hoyer didn't want to pay him $8 million? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Man, all the front office mistakes.
That's probably the one I'm most sad about.
We'd be here all day, bud.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we would.
I mean,
don't even get me into the Dylan Cease for Quintana thing.
I mean, like the Astros, they lost Correa, they lost Springer,
and they just retool.
Yeah, they just
they just won the World Series without them.
Yeah, Pena. Oh, they still have Altuve. Like they picked a guy. They picked one guy. They picked Altuve. Well, I guess they picked two because I don't know.
Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez are insane.
Yordan, I hate that he's on the Astros because you're as an MLB fan, you're supposed to hate the Astros.
But yes, you have to.
For at least what's the rule on this? How long do we have to hate them for a cheating scandal?
I don't know.
Like, is there a rule definition that we have to hate them? It's got to be 5 years.
Maybe.
So
I don't know. People still boo Correa no matter what.
I mean, if we're going by the 5-year thing, they're off the hook. But I still hate them. So maybe we're looking at between 10 and 15.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad. Like, I don't feel bad because Correa is such a good dude, and he just gets booed everywhere he goes. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just biased because I'd probably boo him too if I wasn't a Twins fan. But it is what it is. But I also want to talk about the irony of both the Cubs and Twins having Andrelton Simmons and then immediately going and signing an all-star shortstop because they just you know what? We're never going to deal with this ever again.
We're never doing this again.
We're going to sign a lifetime contract, or at least the next...
Pretty darn close.
Damn, I think we both signed our guys for 6 years.
We signed Dansby for 7.
7.
Yeah.
Correa's 6 guaranteed, and then I think he's got 7 through 9 team option.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, probably give it to him if he's good. I mean,
as long as that ankle holds up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. I think it's over.
Yeah, eventually, the later part of that contract, he can DH.
Oh yeah, or play third or first.
Yeah,
he's tall enough to play first. He's super tall.
He's got to take reps there.
Yeah, but I'm excited, man. I this is the first year in the Twins since my childhood that we've actually had a pitching staff that you kind of go all up and down that, and you go every single one of our pitchers could be a number 2 starter on a good team, and I firmly believe Pablo Lopez, he'd be the number 2 on. I'm looking at a team that has an ace, like the Mets.
The Yankees.
Mets,
Dodgers.
Yankees. So Lopez would be number 2. I think Sonny Gray. I think he struggled his first, even though he didn't give up a run. He kind of struggled with his command, but I think he'd be a number 2, 3. Joe Ryan, I think, is a number 2. I think Molly is a number 2, 3. And then Mayed, I think, is a 3, 4. And I think we just have a solid rotation. If we can find some bats, and I think we do have bats, I think we'll be dangerous. I think we'll beat the Guardians. I firmly believe that. And all the front office did this offseason was add depth to every single position because we got absolutely hammered with injuries. So we're basically, front office is you know what, screw it. We're going to add depth in infield, outfield, infield/outfield. We added Farmer. We added Michael A. Taylor, who's been playing center field for Buxton, who's Gold Glove winner in center field. Farmer, he's super utility guy. And then I think we signed Solano, who's infield super utility guy. So, and then once we get completely healthy, we'll have, I don't even know what our lineup will be when completely healthy, but I don't know if Kepler's going to be lasting too long. He basically went 0 for before his injury, but he also hit a home run the day he got injured. So I was like, dang, that'd be great to have. But I'm almost rambling about the Twins now, but I'm excited. Twins Twitter has been lit about the team. Both sides, so that's fun.
Breaking.
What
fun
happened?
fact that they just showed on the screen. Shohei Ohtani became the first player to have a pitching violation and a batter violation. I guess that makes sense because he's the only two-way player in baseball right now.
Yeah, I mean,
he might hold that stat for quite a long time.
Yeah, he might be the only one for. I don't know. I feel like Ohtani is going to inspire some people to do both pitching and hitting.
Yeah,
possibly. I mean, he's going to inspire somebody with however much money he's going to make.
Rule. If you're just pitching every 5 days, you can just bat the other 4, or take 2 or 3 if you want a day off or whatever.
Yeah, he's a specimen. How do the Angels? I keep bringing this up. I think the Angels are doing better this year, aren't they? Let's see their record. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I feel like the Angels are a little better than they have been.
That organization is so frustrating.
They're on top of the division.
Don't get how they're 4-2.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can have the 2 best players in Major League Baseball
and be a fourth place team religiously.
Yeah.
Like how is it the only team in your division that you are better than is the Oakland A's?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, granted, yeah, the Houston Astros, but come on, the Texas Rangers, they've been better than the Rangers the last few years, so I guess they've been a third place team, but they realistically could be a fourth place team this year.
All right. Let's say hypothetically,
Okay.
Angels are in, let's say, third place in July.
Okay.
Do you trade Ohtani? Let's say you're
Yes. If I'm the Angels,
Six.
I'm in third place.
six games
what are we
back.
talking? 6 games back. What point in July? Beginning of July or
End.
end of July?
Trade deadline-ish, like 3 or 4. Let's say 3 days before the trade deadline.
I'm
You
trading
trade
him.
Man, I probably would too.
You're going to get something. If you're the Angels, you have to be prepared. No matter how much you love the guy, you have to be prepared for the fact that he is going to walk.
Yeah.
He's going to walk out.
Yeah.
And you're not going to pay him $500 million. It's not going to happen.
God,
Why not get something? Because you know who's going to trade for him? The Mets.
The Mets, Dodgers, dude. I mean, I'm almost expecting it to happen.
I'll be surprised if he stays an Angel in August.
Unless the Angels actually find a way to compete, which, I mean, last year they looked like they were going to compete, and then all of a sudden they lost. How many games in a row? They lost so many games in a row.
Well, you look at the American League, and it's like the Yankees are going to be a lock for the playoffs. The Astros are a lock for the playoffs. Cleveland, Minnesota is going to get a spot. Maybe both. I'll say the Rays will probably make it, and then what? There's 2 more spots?
Yeah.
Well, the other one will go to Cleveland or Minnesota, so 1 more spot. You're talking a fight between, if the White Sox can stay healthy, the Blue Jays are going to heat up.
Yeah.
The Rangers and the Mariners went to the playoffs last year. So it could come down between, you're looking at Toronto, Chicago, and Seattle with the Angels. So there's 4 teams right there that are going to compete for that last spot.
The Angels last year, they lost 12 games in a row. That's what the streak was.
I'll kill you.
That's horrible. I mean, that's what's 12 divided by 162? That's like a 16th-ish of a season.
Yeah.
15th, 12 divided by 162. That's
it's hard for me to see stay an Angel.
7% of the season right there.
Yeah.
That's not good. Not good.
It'll be this year's Juan Soto trade.
Yeah. That'd be I mean,
he's going to get traded to a National League team. I don't think that they trade him to an American League team.
Yeah.
I think another guy that gets traded, and this might be a hot take, it's going to be Corbin Burns.
Ooh.
He's going to get traded.
Interesting. I'd like to see it.
I love league trade
deadlines are the best for MLB. MLB is still the best at it. Football is getting better at trade deadline, but
football, it just takes a couple weeks for the guys to catch up to the offense. Because like you could trade for Shohei Ohtani, and you could put him in the lineup the next day.
Right. Yeah, that's football. That's always been a thing. You have to relearn a completely different game.
Right. Like
whereas baseball, teach them a couple signs, and then you're good.
Yeah, you trade for a quarterback in football, it's going to be a couple weeks before he's back up to par.
Yeah.
But
unless you're Christian McCaffrey.
I think the most surprising start, I've got most surprising start, both good and bad.
Okay.
I think my most surprising start, obviously, you love the Rays at 6-0 for what they can do for Tampa.
Yeah.
And that being an hour away from me, I got to get over there at some point.
Greatest field ever.
Best start that surprises me is probably the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
At 4-2, they just swept at Fenway. And I think surprising worst start is going to be a tie for me between the Cardinals and the Phillies.
Yeah, Phillies are.
You're sitting at 1-5.
Ugh, that's ugly.
That's bad.
Yeah, especially when you're coming back from a World Series. There's always, I feel like, that World
Granted,
Series
you
fatigue.
don't have Hoskins and you don't have Harper. You don't have Harper till, let's say, June.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you just got swept in Arlington by the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
And then you only took 2 out of 3. I mean, 2 out of 3 from losing 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. You're just happy to win a game against the Yankees. I feel like most teams.
Yeah,
It's that getting swept in Texas that what the hell happened?
Yeah, I'm looking
Because
at
I
this.
think it was what day was it? I can't remember if it was opening day. Oh yeah, it was opening day. They gave up 9 runs to the Rangers in the 4th inning.
My God.
And then they followed it up the next day on Saturday by getting killed 16-3.
Boy.
So it's like you're definitely missing Hoskins and Harper.
Yeah.
Schwarber is not enough to carry your team.
No. Yeah.
That's just rough, man.
Yeah, poor Mets fan too. Mets are 3-4. That's got to be brutal for them.
I think the Brewers just swept them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, the Brewers just swept them in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
How about this?
And they destroyed them too.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
just
a combined
yeah.
28-6.
Yeah, that's not gonna win games.
Back-to-back shutout games. Good Lord.
Man. Let's see. Anyone else surprising me on here?
That Brewers Cardinals series though that starts tomorrow. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be a good series.
It's gonna be a good series. Houston's only 3-4 too. Yeah, that's the beginning.
Like I said, it's just a week. It's just a week. It's no reason to hit the panic button.
Yeah.
On some of these teams.
Yeah, nothing is. Yeah, there's still what 155 games or so. Give it or take.
Marathon.
Yeah, it's definitely. You can start out 40-0 and then lose the next 100 and not 100, next 82 games. And then you'll be 40-82. That's not good.
Not great, Bob.
Not great. All right. Anything else?
I think that recaps the first week.
It does. We'll have to do this more often. This is fun. Good stuff. Well, you can follow Ben at BenWaysNora or follow his Twitter at Into the Ivy.
Yep.
Follow me at Minnesota Sports Now or at Brando Holmquist. Be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We'll chat with you maybe next week, maybe not. Probably. We'll get it going.
Yep.
Maybe we'll chat more baseball. Hopefully
we'll have more to talk about.
Yeah.
It's another exciting week.
Yeah, I think so. Who do you guys play this week?
Coming up on the Cubs schedule. So between now and when, then we've got a homestand. We've got Texas coming to town this weekend, and then a 3-game set with the Mariners starting on Monday before going to play the Dodgers next weekend.
Okay, that'll be fun. Yeah. We got Houston, White Sox, and then the Yankees for 4. So we're getting the at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, at Yankee Stadium stretch done right away. We got 4 games there. So
Maybe just get it out of the way.
just get it out of the way.
Just get it out of the way.
Yeah. I think that's the only time we play at Yankees.
Yeah.
Because I also wanted to say real quick, I love that every team plays every team in baseball. That's my favorite.
I do too, because they cut down the amount of divisional games you play.
Yup.
It's nice.
It makes them more meaningful.
Right. Like I'm looking at our schedule. We don't play the Milwaukee Brewers again until July 3rd.
Wow.
I love that. I hate them. I hate that team so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But that's just in time for them to ruin my 4th of July.
Yeah. And they will.
And they will. They will.
They
will rip my heart out and stomp on it.
Just go
They'll
get drunk.
strap it to a firework like Buzz Lightyear in Disney Pixar's Toy Story and skyrocket it. That's what'll happen.
Just go grab a beer at Epcot and watch the fireworks.
I'm not going to watch that game.
Yeah, that's
unless the Brewers fall
What if
off,
you
which
win?
I'm
What
praying
if
for.
you win?
I'm hoping.
Great.
I
You just
hope
gotta pray. Sometimes it'll happen.
Maybe.
We gotta get you up here for when the Cubs play the next month, man.
That's what, May 12th? May 12th.
May 12th.
Well, 13th, 14th.
Take a flight. Aren't your days off Saturday?
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Might have to make it happen.
Just saying. Flights are cheap. You have a place to stay. All right. Well, on that note, talk to you later.
All right.
See you later.
Go Cubs.
Go Twins.